With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. They start the drive with Cook. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because
you're 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 19-yard line. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds his man, complete. It's done. It'll be a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and pound it with a big back Bettis. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Done. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit, and we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. The middle they go. It's done. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
The way this game is going, the way that they possess the ball on the other side of the field, you go 3 and out here, you might not see the ball again until the 2nd quarter.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. We're scoreless after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's done. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice consistent gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. Done. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. It's done. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 21. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Up the middle they run with Bettis. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Again, they'll run with Bettis. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Up the middle they go. It's done. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. Off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Kirby Joseph there to drop it. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Inside handoff, Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Done. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
As he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here we go on 4th down. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah. Your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned. He's coming for you.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, it's done. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Quickly out to the right side. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Done. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
2 minutes left to go. This one, surprisingly, still scoreless. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
A little extra pressure with this one for Greg Joseph. This for the lead in the final stages. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Henry up the middle. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now a handoff running through the middle. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Again to Henry. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. One for created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Picked up 5 yards last time, now they double it and get 10 here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Off the play fake. Gabriel. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets him to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Off play action. Gabriel. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
From the 5, 3rd and goal. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for two. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. One there. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Henry again on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Glover Quinn. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out right at the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Stevenson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Gabriel, he'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Gabriel. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. On the return, it's Toney. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Here's Rodgers. The Pats are going to get there, and down he goes. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead. Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand. Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Henry again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Commanders are an extra point away from taking the lead. And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 40, 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way. And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game. And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevenson. 79 yards. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes this a 9-point game. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game. And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end. Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security. And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock. Stevenson gets it again on second down. And some room to roam now. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Stevenson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Tries to force it to Megan.
Chains in the game. No post office, we stamp it.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. They begin with Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. The Pro Bowl end to Marcus Ware there to take him down. We're scoreless after 1. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That one a first down pickup of 8. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
A diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Patterson running between the tackles. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there.
But it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Guess who made the tackle? Yes, Reggie White. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Inside handoff, Henry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel.
Held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tackle there by Sean Taylor.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Calvin Johnson, 53 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
This is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is taking it right down Broadway. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays. 25 of the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting. Even with the
round on just 7 carries. Only needed 1 yard. He said, I'll get you more than that.
Yeah, yard, piece of cake, right? And if you're a defender, seeing the back of the jersey and being able to read his name, not a good thing. That means you're in chase mode. That didn't go well for them on that snap.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Patterson. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Prescott now. Quickly to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big
and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here's Dak. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense are saying go right ahead with those. Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll give it to Patterson. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Prescott. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
My old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
Now Dak. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Prescott. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. A first down carry for Henry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Henry up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Gano's kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Calvin Johnson, 76 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That's returnable now for Smith. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Gonna let this thing go deep for Gates. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Steps away. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. What a real head-scratcher there.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The pitch to Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind, and that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
I don't think there's any other way to put it, but that was just simply deflating, because you know they came out ready to go at halftime, right? Everyone motivating each other, wanting to get out there and get going. And that turnover absolutely saps your momentum. Now you're just shouting encouragement to your defense, hoping they can pick you up and give you another chance.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's done. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 9 of the drive here, as they need 4 yards on third down. Tua going to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I get a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag rep.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, 14 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. they're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. He's going to air one out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with proper aggression.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his man, Gates. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
To throw is Tua.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Back to throw is Tua.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Max Crosby, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the lead stretches, 16-3 now.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And they're
going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
61 yards on the ground for him so far.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play.